Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 133. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the beast from the northeast.
Oh yeah,
Gary, how are you?
That's me.
That is you. That is you. You forgot, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Come on! Come on!
Sorry, not sorry.
You know, always. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Oh, it's been an awful day, I've got to be honest.
It has been an awful day.
It is just been one of those days where I just wanted it to end. Just please, just end. Like, that would be nice. Like, just be done with. Not a good day. Not a good day. But I get to talk about video games with you. So maybe things are on the up.
Hopefully. I feel the same way.
Ditto.
I don't know, shit this or this. So hopefully this is where it improves.
Let's hope. This week's episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by Mike Lynch and Words About Games, but we will get to that a little bit later. If you don't know, My Xbox and Me is our Xbox podcast. Each week we come together, we talk about news, reviews, we talk about impressions, we do all sorts of things. If you want that content early, you can head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. Nothing more else to say there, honestly. Just, I could do with the support, and if you can support, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, Gary, let's jump straight into it. What's been in your box? What have you been playing this week?
Oh, what haven't I been playing this week? Should we talk about a little game called Forgotten Anne, which just came out today?
That's a good starting point. Starting point. So, I haven't played it yet, but I do have it.
Of course.
No, whoa! The shade! Wow. I didn't receive my code till late, to be fair, and I just haven't got around to it. I've got it installed though. How far in are you, and how much you played? Okay, and what do you think so far?
It's interesting. Obviously the first bit, I've played it twice before, 2 EGXs, so
yeah,
whatever. I love the art style. I can say that right off the bat. The art style is amazing. There's no difference between a cutscene and the game. The story hasn't really gotten going yet. And it's mostly just really simple puzzle solving, which is quite interesting. However, because the story's not gotten going, I don't feel like it's got me yet. Like, it's got its hooks in yet.
So the art style's got you, and that's about it. You're still waiting for...
So far, yeah.
Yeah, you're still waiting for more, which I suppose that probably doesn't help because we did play the game a couple of times over, so we've played that beginning part so many times.
The bit where the scarf dude bursts in through the door, and then, I've done that 3 times now.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, I know what I'm expecting here. Like I said, I haven't got around to playing it. I will. I think I might even stream it tomorrow morning and give it a chance, so we shall see. Anything else? What else you been playing?
So much. PUBG.
Yeah. Well, you said you're done. You're done with PUBG.
I'm done for a little bit.
So talk me through that. What happened?
Well, I just did a stream of another game I'll talk about in a sec.
Cool.
And at the end, it was like, okay, I need to switch games. I haven't been playing for a bit, like streaming for that long. I'll play PUBG. So play PUBG for a bit, just to sort of chill and unwind. And I don't know, man. Like I played like 3 or 4 matches. I just wasn't feeling it at all. Like as I was playing it, just when you're just playing a game and you're just like, whatever. Nah. Why am I playing this? Just nah.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to just put it down for a little bit. Focus on some other stuff. There's a lot of games coming out, so maybe I'll focus on some of those.
Yeah. Fair enough. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, definitely. Like, it's better than just trying to grind through it.
Yeah, I think I've hit that PUBG wall plenty of times before, where I'm just like, no, but then it just brings you back. It does bring you back.
I'm assuming
it'll be after this stream. It'll be like, yo, you want to play some PUBG? You'll be like,
so I'll be like, yeah. You'll go play PUBG, and I'll be like, all right.
Okay. If you are,
if you're playing it,
I think solo I'm done playing. I spoke to it was Xbox Stu in chat who said he's waiting for Miramar before he'll go back. And I think that's probably a smart idea if you've got that burnout and you don't stream for a living. Maybe, just wait for the Miramar map to come with the new updates and stuff like that. So, yeah,
I think that's when I'll probably jump back in. Like, I've never played Miramar before because barely play it on PC.
Yeah. You're not missing much, but maybe it's better on console. I'm hoping. I am. I'm really, really, really am hoping, but we shall see, honestly. Anything else you've been playing?
Whoa, I actually wrote a list because I've been playing a lot. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. We've got the competitive. We're through our placement matches. It didn't take us all season just to do the 10 matches. We're all through them, so we're gonna start actually playing competitively.
Nice.
City of Brass. That was the other game I was gonna.
Oh, what's that?
That was the one I was streaming before I played PUBG. It's a indie first-person roguelike game. It's like a hack and slash thing.
Okay.
It's decent. You basically run through levels. Every 3 levels, there's a boss, and that's like a checkpoint for the game. So you get to the boss, you beat the boss, and then you've cleared the first 3 levels. It's okay, but it does have Twitch interaction.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So anyone in chat can. There's cooldowns and stuff, so you can't just get spammed.
Spammed, yeah.
Yeah, but anyone there's that they're like, you've got the things on the screen that show all the different commands, and people can spawn hard enemies or easy enemies. They can give you items, health, all sorts of stuff. And when there's a few people using those commands while you're trying to just get through the game, it can actually make it quite interesting.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you'll just be running around this massive fucking like Minotaur dude will just suddenly appear in front of you and start kicking your ass because some dickhead in chat's like, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah. Well, that's always chat. They're never there to help. Let's be honest.
That's chat. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing. I play a little game called Dungeon Rushers. Dungeon Rushers Crawler RPG. It's very much D&D like. Obviously it's an RPG, but it's like it. Mate, I don't play many RPGs anymore, and especially not indie RPGs. But it's quite unique to me. It's like it reminds me of when I play D&D, which is it's like it comes up with like a map and you can't see it, and then like you move square by square with your character's like token type thing, and then you can go over here, you can open this door, and yada yada, and then you'll come against enemies and stuff like that. It's quite interesting. It's quite cool. I like it. It's definitely my chill. Just like if I wanted to sit down and play for about half an hour, about an hour in. Enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Dungeon Rushers. It's not, like I say, it's not bad. The story is a bit, I don't really care. The writing doesn't seem too good, honestly. It's about this boy that needs money, so he's decided he's going to join he's going to go searching in dungeons for treasure. And that's sort of, to me, it's not appealing. It's not very interesting to me, that part of it. But the gameplay element of it, the RPG style of it is, it's going through these maps and trying to find the treasure. Your objective is to find the treasure, but along the way you come up against traps and you can get poisoned, and you can find other things on your travels and stuff like that. So I'm very early on, like I say, like I think maybe like the first 3 stages. But yeah, had a lot of fun with it. So I've been playing that. I played the Destiny 2 expansion.
Playing that.
Yeah, I played it. I didn't play it on stream. I played it off stream with Crash. Shout out to Crash on twitch.tv/Crash. Crash Nick, actually, I think.
Crash.
Yeah. It's more Destiny. It's not interesting. It's nah, in my opinion. I'm not the biggest Destiny lore guy. Like, Destiny to me is just, I go in, pew pew pew, and I'm out. That is my Destiny experience, and I'm okay with that. I don't think Destiny 2 is the trash game that a lot of people do. That's because
not a trash game.
Yeah, just because I don't have that affinity and the lore, and I just like the fact that we shoot people, shoot them in the head. It feels good. The control scheme's good. Like, I got back in and I was like, oh yeah, this feels good. I'm enjoying this. So I was happy with that, but if you're talking about story, I just don't care. Talking about characters that, like, Crash gets super nerdy with it because he actually does care, but even he doesn't give a crap about this expansion. He didn't care about the Curse of Osiris. This isn't any better than the Curse of Osiris in my opinion, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one. If you disagree, please email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. I would appreciate it.
Anything else?
Other than that, have you got any more? Because I don't want to say my last one until... No?
I'm good. No,
Right,
I'm holding one back. I think it's the same one.
Cool. Yeah. So the last game that I played, and I'm sure you played as well because you've told me you finished your review. We're just waiting to get it up.
It'd be weird if I hadn't.
Yeah. Is Rage Injustice. Rage Injustice is out. My name is in the game. It is done by a friend of mine, Nick Macon. I say friend. We're industry friends, really.
Colleagues.
And yeah. But I spoke to him. We've got an interview coming up right now on topic of the show. But yeah, before that, we'll go into a little bit of details. What do you think of the game? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Talk to me a little bit.
Well, I'm not really a beat 'em up person. Like I don't hold like Streets of Rage and Golden Axe in like massively high esteem. Like that's fun. And this game, it was fun. Like I like the combat. I like the throwback nostalgia.
Yeah. It's super nostalgic. Yeah.
I say co-op. I enjoyed the co-op. Where I totally didn't just beat the crap out of friends. Did I kill you when we were playing at EGX?
Yeah. You did.
The fighting mechanics are decent enough.
It's simple. It's nostalgic.
It's very simple.
Yeah, it's very much everything I wanted. Honestly, like I say, it does touch. I even said it in the interview, which is coming up. That it's very reminiscent of Streets of Rage 2. I asked Nick blatantly, "Did you pick Streets of Rage 2 to copy, like not copy, but like take heavily influence?" He said, "No, not just that." Yeah, but to me, that is where I go. Streets of Rage 2. But yeah, if listen to this interview, which is coming up right now. If you're not interested in the game, then like he said, it's a niche game. It's like in the interview, me and Nick talk about where he started. So he actually started at Rare, worked on Project Dark Zero on the 360, worked on Cameo. He talks about both those games. Talks about working on the N64 for a little bit. I know it doesn't really appeal to our audience, but on like talking about that, he also worked at Codemasters. He worked at Sony for a little bit. So we jump and we talk all about that, and you can hear it right now here on My Xbox and Me. So enjoy. Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, a special interview sitting here today with Nick Macon from Making Games. Nick, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Well, it's been a while since we last spoke, and this time we're doing it over the interwebs and not face to face. It's a little bit upsetting. I can't hug you.
Virtual hug.
Yeah, you know how it is. I'm sure it's a very stressful time for you right now.
It's quite stressful. It has been stressful. Now is kind of unbelievable, but not. Yeah, just kind of can't believe it. Kind of unbelievable. You know what I mean? The game's actually out.
So for those who don't know,
never thought it would happen.
What the game actually is, we're talking about Rage Injustice. Obviously, the shirt says it all. Still waiting for my shirt in the mail. I'm just waiting. Yeah, let's talk before. What's the elevator pitch for the game? What do you say to people when you're like, okay, I am making this game. What is it?
So first off, it's a nostalgic game. It's a modern take on an old classic genre, the side-scrolling brawler. The brawler things, that was the biggest game for me at the arcades of the 90s when I was growing up. That kind of game formed me as a gamer. That kind of game was the game that made me become a game dev. So Rage Injustice is a game that I've always wanted to make. It's a side-scrolling brawler. It's but designed in such a way so that it looks great on a HD screen. It's modern, fresh looking graphics, great surround sound. It's got all these kind of new things, yet a very nostalgic kind of classic feel to the gameplay. Trying to get mixing old with new to just have something that just gets you and pulls you right in, just like the old arcade games would do.
Yeah, obviously, when we first met, many moons ago now, which is it's super weird to think. Like, honestly, for me and you, it's like our journeys started very at the same time. It was like crazy.
You were the first interview that I did for Rage Injustice.
Yeah, and obviously you were the first person I ever interviewed in the gaming industry, which like for me is like super. It's super for me. It's super cool to be sitting here right now, knowing where I hope the game goes and how people are receiving the game so far. People like it, which is good. I like it, which is amazing, which is all I care about, is my opinion.
So do I. That's the only one I'm out to please you, Corey. That's all.
But I think for me, it was a case of our careers, obviously, yours is you started a little bit earlier, which we'll get into a bit later. But from Nick making games, it's come together at the right time, and to see the progress and how much you've changed. From doing that first interview, and then we've done a second interview, and we've done the third interview, and then this is it. You're not getting no more after this, all right? We're done. The game's out. We're done, all right? But I want to just say congratulations to you, and obviously the wife, and obviously the team.
Yes.
Which is you, the wife. You've got a sound engineer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
If I remember
Steve
rightly.
Burke's on sound, and Jay Howe's on the art.
Yeah.
So yeah, between the four of us, we've made this game.
Yeah. So, how are you all feeling putting out a game? How does it feel now?
I think we're pretty excited, really. I mean, it's been intended to be launched for so long. I mean, I probably, when I first met you too many years ago, said it would be out that year, and finally it's out. It's a little bit kind of, as I say, it's not something that my head's clicked with yet. I don't fully believe it, but it is out, and I think between the four of us, we're pretty excited. We're kind of feeling confident right now. We've had a few good reviews. We seem to have had a good hubbub on, the likes of Twitter or whatever. Yeah. Especially the Xbox community, they've seemed to have taken to it as well. It's been great.
That's music to my ears.
Music
to my ears.
Our original launch console was going to be Xbox.
Yeah.
We went multi-platform in the end to try and get that kind of coverage everywhere, but Xbox was who we went with first because that was our history as much as anything,
I think, and we'll get to that, but I think definitely, obviously, Xbox is what attracted me, and that's what I've covered for the last, when I started that journey to where I'm at now. But yeah, for Xbox was, but for me, I know we're an Xbox podcast and stuff, but I think indie developers are finding so much success on the Switch, and if it hits right, it can be on Steam and obviously PlayStation as well. But I'm so happy that it is launching everywhere for you because I want to see you do more. And I feel like, as much as I love an Xbox exclusive because it's what I'm baked in, I'm like, yes, we've got another exclusive, even though I make absolutely no money from it. Because that's stupid fanboyism. But for me, I'm happy for you because it means it's more revenue for you and the game. And
I mean, we hope we can take this further. We're hoping that, down the line we can add new stuff to Raging Justice, more updates, and if we're lucky, maybe even a sequel or another game or something that we can grow from this instead of it just being a one-off, And so multi-platform is kind of a requirement for that kind of level of success that we would need for that. But Xbox was my first.
Yeah, well,
that's where we started.
Well, for me, when I first spoke to you about the game, you were self-publishing.
Yeah,
and then look how that changed.
Yeah, that did change.
So
but the industry changed in the meantime since then, really.
Very true, very true. You went with Team17,
yes,
which I'm happy about because I've got a relationship with them anyway. But always been very good to me, so thankfully. Why Team17?
There was such a good fit, really. I mean, we're UK based, they're UK based. There's no time frame, time zone issues with talking to them. They've got a fantastic reputation. They're well established. They're as a brand and now as an indie publisher. Yeah. When we went up to talk to them, they were very kind of just approachable. They weren't, we're the big publisher. We do this and that. It's like, no, we're going to work with you. We're going to figure this out. We're going to, this is what we bring. This is what you bring. We know how to sell games. We say we do. We know we're interested in games. We're all game. They gave us the full spiel and we just took to it. It just felt great for us. In some ways, walking away from it, we were kind of still pinching ourselves. They're huge as far as we're concerned. Oh, there's the four of us and there's Team17. They're 25 years strong. When
I heard it got announced, I was super happy for you because I was just like, yes, this seems obviously known a few guys over at Team17 anyway, but like knowing that I felt like it was going to work well together. You can say sorry all you want. I can hear you banging around, Haley. God damn it. I just like the team mashup. It seemed perfect, and it seemed like it worked out well, which obviously I'm super happy about.
I'm really happy to be with them, and what they've brought to it is, what we've got now, really.
Yeah. Do you wish that you could have started that relationship a little bit earlier, or were you happy with the time it came about?
I think for us, the timing was just right as well. We as you say, we started off with we're going to self-publish this. This is going to be our game. We're going to do everything. We'll learn how to market. People can do this now. And then over the years, it seemed to be you still can. There's no stopping anyone self-publishing. No. It's the best time if you want to is when you can, and you can on pretty much everything these days. But it was getting harder to make a success of it from what we could see. And the way we were looking at it middle of last year was releasing a game, no matter where you release them, it's a bit of a gamble. You know, it is a roll of a dice, for want of a better term. No one knows what's going to be the big success. I mean, they just are, or a success, never mind big success. You know? So our thoughts were, let's look at ways that we can stack the odds a bit better in our favor, you know, load the dice a little bit so we've got a little bit more chance of success. And we thought, we'll look for publishers. We didn't set out with the, okay, we want this or that or the other publisher. We went with, we'll keep our eye out. We'll talk to people. We'll explain what we're after, what we want from a publisher, and see where that goes. And we had a fantastic EGX last year. You know, our EGX showing was really strong. We had Raging Justice running there on an Xbox, on a PC, and an arcade cabinet. Yeah, it just had this kind of cool feeling about it that got us noticed by various people, including Team17, and chatting with them, and it rolled on from there. Really, you know, it felt like we could do better being with a publisher, and given the opportunity to work with someone like Team17, well, it was a no-brainer.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. I think it's just testament to the game as well. Obviously, I speak to a lot of indie devs, the ones that will actually speak to me and not shy. Which is just a quick one. What is it with indie devs? And I've been meaning to make a video about it for a while, especially at EGX. And I know that for me, it's very easy. I can talk to anybody. It doesn't faze me as such. But why are indie devs so shy? Like, their game is what I'm there to see. I want them to sell it to me. Why is it so... It's like getting blood out of a stone.
I'm shy. I mean, I hate being on camera. I hate hearing my voice. I won't watch back this interview. I won't listen to me. I haven't watched any of the interviews we've done together or any chats.
They're brilliant. Don't worry. I watch them over and over just to see me.
But thankfully, I've got Anna. She will look over them and she'll say, "Yeah, it was great. It was good," or "You should have said this, shouldn't say that." And I just feel that, well, I can be confident because I know that I don't need to look at myself. I don't need to hear myself. I don't need to worry about anything about me. I can leave that up to Anna to look after. And to be honest, no one else is going to sell my game for me. Well, obviously my publisher will now, but in terms of as an indie developer, who else is going to sell my game? It's me. It's either me or no one. So I've got to. I've got to get up there. I've got to chat.
Yeah, very much so. When we first met, like you said, you were self-publishing. If we didn't have that chat, I still would have loved the game. I would have fell in love with it still because I think it's a great game. But Raging Justice, go get it. I need to keep saying it just so people understand. But for me, it's a case of having that relationship with you, which we've built over the years, which is, again, I haven't covered the game like every single... Don't get me wrong, we speak. I always come and see you. We built that relationship. You know my fiance. I know your wife. And for me, it's a case of just building that relationship with indie devs. I feel like can help them so much more. Just to know, like, I go and do, like, last year as an EGX, I didn't do much work, but I'd done community meetups. So every time I'm bringing people to the booth, I'm sending people your way. And it's just that interaction. If you just sort of interact with people a little bit more. If you see a press badge, go and approach them, seriously. If any indie devs listening, seriously.
I think indie devs could learn from that is, go talk to us. If you see someone with the press thing, go talk with them. Don't be afraid for them to say they don't want to cover your game either. My game, it's niche, you know?
Yeah.
There's plenty of people who have gone there and they've gone to see the kind of the artsy indie game or the story-based thing or the adventure that. And we're a niche. We're an arcade style, very, like, not hardcore, so to speak, but very just niche.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? It's a good niche, but it is niche. And because of that, we're okay with people saying, actually, no, it's not for us. We'll try and convince them. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather more people covered it. But if it's not their bag, it's kind of better that they don't. But yeah, indie devs should really be a bit more up to just chatting with journalists and press and doing interviews and things.
I sort of fit in between the both.
Definitely with you. I mean, you know, I think every indie dev in the world should just come and talk to you.
I appreciate it.
Rest of the press, ignore them.
Forget them. IGN, forget about it. MC Fixer, we got it. So, okay, let's talk about the game a little bit. I love it. I finished it. It's...
Yeah?
it's exactly what I was expecting when I saw the game. The first time and the second time and the third time, and it just built upon that and built upon that and built upon that. When I saw it, I fell in love with it obviously because of its old school nature, and obviously I've got such a love for Streets of Rage 2. And I don't know if you did this on purpose, but it very much so reminds me of Streets of Rage 2. Like, that game, not in like a bad way and not like in a rip-off way. It's definitely, you've got your own feel and you've got your own style to it, of course. But for me, it's definitely like some moments I'm like, yeah. Like, for me, it's perfect. Why was it so heavily inspired by Streets of Rage 2, or is that just something I'm coming up to in my head?
I think it's a bit of both. We definitely, out of the Streets of Rage series, number 2 was definitely the one that we looked at most.
Because it's the best one.
There's no argument on that at all, I don't think, anywhere. But we tried to kind of borrow bits from different ones and go with, as I keep using the word nostalgia, we tried to play on that more so than saying, okay, they've got this or they've got that, and we need to copy this or we need to copy that.
No,
it was playing Streets of Rage, playing Streets of Rage 2, playing Final Fight, playing Double Dragon, playing Golden Axe, Vendetta, playing all these games, coming away from them and rather sitting down and saying, well, what made that good? You know, on level 1 it was this, and on stage 4 it was that, and trying to take those things, we came out with more of a feeling of the games. What things did we remember most? What things did we feel about the games? And we're trying to get that almost that feel into Rage and Justice that hopefully has that nostalgia for people who have played Double Dragon or people who have played Final Fight more or whatever game that was their kind of one from when they were younger.
Yeah.
Get that kind of feel on it. And there's definitely, I think out of the games that we were influenced with and played with, Streets of Rage is one of the highest, if not the highest, probably alongside Vendetta and Final Fight. But, you know, they were the games that kind of we had the most fun going back and playing again. And because of that, they became the stronger influences on what we ended up with. I mean, you look at the characters. The third character we had, Ashley, when they came onto the scene, there's a very obvious influence there of the younger kid, which was new and exciting in Streets of Rage 2. But it almost feels like, looking back in nostalgia wise, why isn't that a staple? Why isn't that on all of them? You need to have that kind of young, fast, nimble little kid. It just feels right. Because of Streets of Rage.
That's who I play as. That's literally who I play as.
Yeah. I mean, actually, they're the little kid. They're not very strong. They're not very kind of good with the power side of things, but you know, they're just so fast. They've got all the combos. They've got, you know, you get your high score with Ashley almost without a doubt. That's the one to get the high score with.
So the thing your game does, which is very unique compared to the old school games, is it's got its high scores and it's got stuff like that, but it's a cop game, so it's got warrants and stuff like that. Dive in a little bit deeper on that. Obviously you've got bad cop, good cop. Explain that to the people.
So beyond just the simple brawl in which you want to play it as a brawler and a button masher, go for it. You want to go a bit deeper. There's combos. They're not huge combos, but there's combos and weapons and ways of managing the crowds of enemies.
Yeah.
And then on top of all that, to give you more layers of ways to play the game, there's the challenges. So you've got standard challenges on each level, complete in this amount of time, complete with this amount of score. But on top of that, you've got unique challenges for each level and difficulty. And then on top of that, there's this whole good cop, bad cop thing, which is kind of, it runs through the entire thread of the game. On each stage, at the beginning of the stage, a number of the enemies that you come across will have warrants issued for them.
Yeah.
These are random each time you play that level, but you can see the names are called out for specific thugs. These names will be the same name every time you play the level, will be on that character.
Got ya.
There are some names like there's this reprobate MC Fixer, I think, in there.
That guy. Oh, he's a devil. Him.
He shows up quite a lot. But no, you get to know kind of after playing it a bit, possibly where some of the enemies are coming in by their name. Yeah. And the warrants that are issued, the character will come on screen. They'll have a little red outline on them to just indicate they're a little bit special. And if you're able to arrest those warrants, you're a good cop. If you weapon KO them, you're a bad cop.
That's what I do. I'm so bad. I'm so bad all the time. It's not changed since. But you get more health if you're a good cop as well.
Good cops get a health bonus. Bad cops get a points boost, and if you complete the challenge, which is all the warrants that are issued, whether 1, 2, or 3, give or take, on each level, a bad cop gets a shotgun. Which
which I've had.
The shotgun is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Other enemies don't pick it up, so you can pick it up, walk with it, and drop it, and take it through to the boss. If you're struggling with those bosses, the shotgun.
So okay, let's talk about the bosses right now. Stage 2. Stage 2 is, what's the boss name? Mr. It's the spinning one.
Oh, that's stage 3.
Is that
Mr.
3? Mr. P is an arsehole. And
he was the one that we probably made the most boss-like first.
He's
got different phases of attack. He's got very distinct states in it, and whistling for backup, which was inspired by one of the bosses, I think, in Final Fight.
Yeah.
But he's got that spin attack, which there was a bug for so long in there where he would never quite hit you if you stood at the very bottom of the screen.
I know, I do that now, and he doesn't come down there as often. I love it.
As often, he can.
Yeah.
I made sure that's probably the safest place on that screen, but it's not safe.
Honestly, like that level, I remember going through it. I was streaming it the other day. Twitch.tv/mcfixer. You got to get the plugs in, man. Got to get the plugs in. But yeah, I'm just like, dude, just stop whistling. I'm sick of you keep whistling.
But that's where you get your health if you're struggling.
I know.
One of the reasons for the backup is
it's fair.
It's so that you can replenish your strength if he's been decimating you.
But
it can be blooming annoying, especially when he's got just a little bit of health left. Then he calls in some backup and runs
It literally was the tiniest amount today. I was playing for some capture for the review, and it was the tiniest amount, and he whistled, and I was like, no! And
especially, I think he's got a challenge on him, defeat him in a certain amount of time as well. On
the challenges, I'm not even getting to yet. Like I'm not. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not happy with the achievement list. We spoke about this early. I was like, how many achievements? What we doing it? It's a hefty achievement list. It's hard, and I'm not happy. I wear my easy 1000G. I go for a stage, 100G, 100G. Didn't get that though, did I?
No, they're 10s, 20s, 30s.
I know. Where's my
50
100Gs?
achievements? 50 achievements.
Not happy.
It was one of those things. Just it seemed like it would be normal to do 50 achievements. I looked back at it and just think, what was I thinking? But I think it was because I'd previously worked on launch titles for 360, and at the time, 50 achievements seemed to be that's what you can do, so that's what you do.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, we'll do 50 because that's what you just do.
Yeah. Let's talk about going back to your 360 days. So, my research, as far as I know, the only place I can figure out you worked was Rare.
Yes.
Is that the only other place you've worked?
No, I worked at Rare for 10 years.
Okay.
So I joined Rare back in 2000, just as they were moving off the N64.
Okay.
They were looking at making games for the GameCube, the Dolphin.
Yeah.
At the time. So yeah, I joined a team that was doing Cameo, Elements of Power. It wasn't called that. I can't remember what it was called at the time. But we worked on that. We intended to be a launch title for GameCube. We missed that launch title slot and moved to the Xbox. And then I moved over onto Perfect Dark Zero, and then both Perfect Dark Zero and Cameo moved on to the Xbox 360.
360, of course.
So yeah, they were my first releases. It was 5.5 years of working in the industry, and then I released. I had my name in the credits of 2 games. 2 games
and 2 iconic games.
Yeah, I mean, I do say when I say I worked on Perfect Dark Zero, it's not the good one. It is a good game. It's comparatively speaking. Yeah. I mean, you look at Perfect Dark 64, and as a game of its era, it was untouchable pretty much. Of course. Perfect Dark Zero didn't quite live up to those lofty heights, but it was still a bloody good game.
Yeah, definitely, especially for a long time.
It doesn't deserve half the flack it got. I think it got a lot of that flack because of the numbers surrounding the Rare buyout. I think that probably tainted things a little bit on that one. But no, it was a great game to work on. We were super proud of all the work that I'd done on that. Same with Cameo. I worked on that for 2.5 years, and although I moved off it for the last part of time that it was worked on, I'm still proud of the bits that I'd worked on that made it through to the end. They're just great games to have worked on. Really
good to have on the CV.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah,
I got to go to Rare.
You did, I saw.
Yeah, I got to go to
CFDs,
Rare.
yeah.
It was a super surreal experience for me. Obviously, covering Xbox as long as I have, and now being able to go to one of their first-party studios, something they own, and just go in there and seeing it. What was it like working there? Like, it feels so magical walking in. Was it like that for you, or is it a job?
It did to start with.
Yeah, okay.
You know, the shine wears off after a few months.
I
But
can imagine.
no, it was. I mean, I was straight out of university. I got a job offer there after being turned down at a couple of other video game places.
Name them. Let's shame them right now. Name them.
Well, I ended up working at one of them later, which was
Don't
Codemasters.
Don't shame them.
I worked at Codemasters for a year after leaving Rare.
Got ya.
But they turned me down in 2000 when I applied there, but
Yeah.
probably because they were after somebody to work on a racing game, and I said I had no idea how cars worked in terms of racing games and stuff.
You mean you didn't work on
know.
LMA Manager?
No.
Wow, I'm super disappointed right now. If you did, we would like. If you thought our friendship, if you thought I like Rage Injustice, football LMA Manager was the game on the 360. So you're just that.
No. So anyway, yeah, I got this job offer from Rare, and I was waiting for a follow-up letter saying, "Oop, we sent that one by mistake."
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those. They were riding high. This was N64 Rare. This was
Yeah.
Top of the country as far as I was concerned. They'd offered me a job, and it was great.
So
Going there the first time, it was just, this is Rare. Wow,
Yeah.
well, I work here now. Spent the first day in an office while two teams there was 2 or 3 of us started, and they had to pick who was going to which team. So I was locked up in an office whilst I was interviewed by the various teams that I could work on, and then went and worked with the team that had just recently finished Donkey Kong 64, so they were riding high as well. They were feeling really chuffed with what they'd done.
I can imagine.
And yeah, it was just great to learn from people who, at the time, felt top of the game. These people know what they're doing. I was a cocky kid out of school, pretty much. Straight out of university, thinking, well, I've just learned all this stuff. I know how to program
I know
properly.
how to program.
And then all of a sudden, it's you get in with this lot, and you just think, yeah. I think I know how to program, but these guys, know how to do video games. You know? I learned probably as much in the first 6 months there as I had previously at university in the years I was there. At least that's the way it felt.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great to work there. And I still, it almost feels, like, I don't know, my memories of Rare, the times that I had there was some times that were good, some times that were bad. The ups and downs as any job, especially if you work. Yeah, especially if you work somewhere as long as 10 years there. It's not going to all be, roses and happiness all the time.
No.
But I just have so many fond memories of the place. It's just the people there. I still know a few people that still work there, and I'm chatting over a beer or so. It just still feels like I almost work there. It's been 7 years since I left. It's been long enough that it's almost been out as long as I was there, but I still have this strong kind of feeling like I've got a connection to the place, whether or not I do. It was just a great place to work.
Yeah, I've been very critical of Sea of Thieves, just due to the lack of content. But I've always said that team and the people that I met there and just the studio, and it feels so much like a family. It doesn't feel like I'm sure, like you said, I'm sure it wears off very easily. Not easy, but after a while.
Yes.
But
they're still the people are the people.
The people are so nice. Everyone seems so fantastic. And to me, it was just such an amazing experience to actually go there.
I think, Sea of Thieves definitely something that's got legs. Providing as a thing, isn't it? They are Rare. There's no doubt about it.
I think that was the problem. For me, we're not going to get into Sea of Thieves, I can promise you that. But for me, it's just... I think maybe it's my own fault as well, because it's Rare. And I'd been to the studio and I'd played the early access, and then the game comes out and you're like, it's missing something. In my opinion, I don't make games for a living. I just get to critique them.
That's the hard part.
Lots of people. Well. Apparently not. If the people on the internet say you don't deserve, it's not a job. It's not a job. I tell you. Not as hard as your job making them. So let's get back to that anyway. Okay, so you go from Rare to Codemasters.
A little stop off at Sony along the way there as well.
What did you do at Sony?
I was only there for 6 months or 8 months, but it was a company that was down in Leamington Spa called Big. They were doing stuff for the PSP.
Got it.
And then they were doing a launch title for the PlayStation Vita, and I didn't like the commute, so I didn't stay there long enough to actually work on anything that got released.
It was you that killed the Vita. Interesting. Got my title. Thank you, Nick from from Making Games. Killed the Vita. Good to know. So okay, so you go from Rare to PlayStation for a tiny bit,
Codemasters.
to Codemasters to
Yeah. Then to the place I am now in my day job. So as a game dev, I'm still only part time. You know,
Yeah.
game dev it costs too much to do it full time at the moment. You know, until the game does well enough, who knows? But right now, I've got a lovely job just doing apps.
Yeah.
It's not games.
Yeah.
The people I used to work with at Rare, so you know, people, as you said, Rare felt like a family. Well, this is kind of from my time at Rare. Some people they've moved off, we now do apps, but it's just app development. Nice, solid job.
Yeah.
Dependable money.
Pays the bills.
And a great team to work with.
Yeah.
And then making games. You know, making games is what we do as our hobby, as our fun, and as our passion, really.
Yeah. So, do you miss making, like, obviously you've just finished making a game, but do you miss the day in and day out of making a game, like a AAA game, or would you go back to that? Is that something you'd even try and consider, or is it strictly, I get to make games as a hobby now, and if it takes off, I can work on it full time, but if it doesn't, I'm okay?
I think probably because of just where I am with family and that kind of thing. Life is, I'm not at a time where I can handle the kind of ups and downs of game dev, really. I'd love to make games full time. It is fun to do, but I also like the stability, for want of a better term. And because I'm working as part of a small team, I get to work on lots of new and interesting technology all the time.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting as a game. It's not something that, you know, you chat with someone and go, oh yeah, I make these apps, and people go, oh right, yeah. If I was saying I make these games, it's more exciting, more cool, you know.
Is that what you tell people? You like the family you've not seen for a while? Like, yeah, I just made this game. You know, it's out everywhere. You should go buy it. Raging Justice. Or you like, I make the apps.
The benefit of the way I'm doing it now is I have the steady income. You know, I don't have the pressure to shove out the game and get it out and try and push it, and it's.
Oh, Nick, I know that, mate. I've been waiting.
I can release it when it's ready. You know, there's no pressure other than you.
Me, obviously.
Every
all the time.
Is it out? Yeah. Is it done yet?
Is it coming? Is it coming? Is it coming? Is it coming? Yo, I was ready. I was ready. Okay.
But, AAA I would never say never, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It felt like something that I'd done, and it was time to try something different.
No. Okay.
I effectively quit Rare to start Raising Justice as a full-time thing, and then got a job offer and realised I was a bit nervous about not having money coming in every month.
I know that one. Trust me. Patreon.com/MCFixer. Trust me. I've got a shameless plug all through this. I'm sorry.
Go for
it. So, okay, let's round things up, I guess, then. Where can people find the game? You can promote everywhere, don't worry. Not just, we know it's on Xbox, but Xbox PlayStation,
One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Steam, which is both PC and Mac.
Okay.
So effectively everywhere these days.
So we'll talk about it very lightly, but is it coming to mobile still? I know that was
it's on the longer term plan. So because we've pushed it a little bit further, I've got a little bit of work to do to get mobile working. It would be nice to have on mobile, but right now the right place for it was console, really, and Steam. But
of course, console. Forget Steam.
Console.
PC nerds, get them out of here. People can find you on.
I didn't say that.
I said it. You can quote me. All right, it's fine. Twitter at Making Games.
Yeah, at Making Games on Twitter.
And anywhere else you want to promote?
Facebook, I guess. You know, Facebook and Twitter are where we're most active.
Okay.
Both Making Games.
Anything I missed that you may want people to know that I may not have asked? Is there anything I could ask you? Where's the versus mode that I want? I could ask you, are we going to get new levels? I'm not going to.
Well, we don't want to call it a day. Put it that way. You know, I want this game the game as it's released is as good as it could be for release.
Okay.
I'm not gonna call it finished because a game is never finished. Not these days, you know. There's so many ideas that I would love to do on it. You know, the versus mode, the kind of online multiplayer. That's something
Yeah.
I really want to get in there. I got to wait on sales numbers to see if there's enough people to demand it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
People want it. Keep tell me on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Remind me where's online. Make me feel that it's something that is worth doing, which I think it is.
Yeah.
And if there's anything anybody's interested in that isn't in there, or things that they think that could be improved, give us a shout. We want to do any future updates as much as with the fans as we can. We're not huge, we're not got loads of fans or anything, but people who have bought it, people who want more from it, let us know.
No, exactly.
We can't promise we'll do this, we
No.
can't promise we'll do that, but we can kind of prioritize things if there's enough people who want a versus mode. Or there was another idea I was thinking the other day of some sort of, I don't know, like a capture the flag or something like that kind of mode in there.
Okay.
I haven't thought it fully out.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in terms of more than just beat each other up for versus, have a kind of a task that you have to accomplish, but you've got two teams, or this assumes that I can get online working, at which point maybe we can go 4-player or more. It's not going to be a battle royale game.
That's you sure? That was my last question. God damn it! Raging Justice Battle Royale coming.
I don't think I can get is it 100 people is the standard these days?
You could do it easy. That bar fight, it's got to be 100 people in it.
I could get it technically on screen, but it's the networking side of it. This is something that's relatively new for me, and I'm already nervous about just adding it for 2 people. Never mind the 100.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on SoundCloud, I don't know what you do on SoundCloud, but there's lots of people, if you listen there. So thank you. I guess follow.
Thank you indeed.
If you're on iTunes, hit the subscribe button, leave us a review, and don't forget, Raging Justice everywhere. Go buy it on Xbox because that's where I play it, and I like it better there because it's got achievements. Who cares about trophies? Until next time, I love you. Leave you. See you later. Goodbye. So, I hope you all enjoyed that interview with Nick Makin. Fabulous guy. If you're not interested in the game after hearing him speak so passionately about it, I don't know what's wrong with you. I can't wait for Gary's review to go up so we can all hear and see his thoughts. But enough of that. Enough of the spills. Let's hear from a man who doesn't spill. He just writes ads. Mike Lynch. And he says, "Hi guys, my name is Mike Lynch. I stream as much as I can, but I'm a student and finals are a thing, so I don't have a set schedule. But follow me on Twitter at Mike Lynch 8,645. God damn it, Mike, with these numbers, dude, to stay up to date with my stream." That is
finally actually followed him on Twitter
at Mike Lynch 8,645.
I could never remember his Twitter handle, but he finally came up as a
suggested.
recommended.
You're like, oh, boom!
Yeah,
I don't
so
even need to
Mike
remember.
Lynch, there he is. Click.
So there you go. There you go. So go support your boy Mike. Hit him up on Twitter. Show him some love. Supported this show for many years now, multiple years now, which is mind-boggling to think about. So yeah, Gary, we have a little segment on the show called "Coming Soon," which is all all you.
It's all me. It's all
talk to
long.
me,
It's
baby.
Big.
What have you got for me?
Today.
8
games.
Are we playing the guessing game, or have we got too much to get through?
5, 6, 7. Yep, 8. We can play the guessing game a bit. We can't play it fully because you know some of these games for sure.
Perfect.
For that, the first one. This isn't the full game, but I wanted to include it anyway because it's amazing. It's Divinity Original Sin 2
in Game Pass.
It's coming to it's going to be game preview.
Yeah,
and it's going to be free.
No, game preview, not game pass.
Game preview, and it's free. The preview is free. It's
Wait,
amazing.
What? I didn't know the preview was free.
Yep.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that either until I was looking up games for this.
Oh, what the whole? Wait, so how much of it's done then? Is the whole game in there?
Well, the game's done, but I don't know. I think the preview. There's a point in the game where, and it's not like near the end. It's after the first act, if I'm remembering rightly, or possibly the second one, where it would probably make sense for the game to stop in game preview.
Got ya.
But I don't know how much of it is in there, but it's free. So it doesn't matter. You should go check it out because I played this game on PC last year. It's amazing.
Okay.
Like if you like RPGs, you love it.
Okay. Yeah, I know where that one is.
Yes. Next up. That's today as well, by the way. That's out. Fox and Forests on May 17th. Fix, what's Fox and Forest?
Fox and Forest. Well, it's about a fox. There's in a forest. It's an action game, an action platformer about a fox in the forest, obviously.
Cool. I'll read the blurb. I copied the blurb. Fox and Forest is a 16-bit style action platformer
Boom!
with RPG elements.
Yes!
Switch seasons on the fly and wield your crossbow to unveil the mystery of the 5th season.
I'm taking points. I'm taking the point there.
You get that one.
Definitely.
100%. Action and platformer.
Definitely. I've got 2 words. I should have went with RPG light as well. Damn.
Yeah, well, you know, everything's RPG like these days.
True. FIFA is as well.
Open world RPG. Roguelike.
Yeah,
Okay.
God.
Next up, we've got Hitman Definitive Editions coming out on May 18th.
It's about a hitman.
Yeah, it is.
Boom. Point for me.
Nailed it. It's amazing. Go buy it if you haven't got it already.
I don't have it.
Next up, it's so good.
I don't have it.
Monster Slayers, May 18th.
Monster Slayers is the competition to Monster Hunter, where you slay monsters for their body parts, which is obviously an action hack and slash game, and it's not 16-bit.
Monster Slayers is a roguelike deck-building RPG
Oh,
adventure
come on.
with an innovative card-based battle system that lets you customize a deck to suit your playstyle.
Bullshit.
None of those things. I don't think it's in 16-bit though, so you know you get like
So half a point.
a tenth of a point maybe.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Next up, State of Decay 2 is coming out on May 22nd. I think you might know that one.
How excited are you for State of Decay 2?
Very.
How
excited for
annoyed
State
are
of
you
Decay 2.
that everybody has got codes for State of Decay 2 except for us again?
I don't know. It's part of life now. I
I'm
think.
super sick of it, dude. Like, I saw Greg Miller's got his code, and I see all these Twitch streamers playing, and I'm like, I want to watch, no I don't. I want to watch, no I don't. I want to watch, no I don't. And
Yeah,
I'm
I've
just
literally
like,
been avoiding it like the
I
plague.
want it. I just want it. I was gonna play number 1 the other day, and I was like, no one's gonna watch. They want to watch number 2. Like, it's just annoying.
You could just set the
Super
game as
annoying.
State of Decay 2 and see how long it takes before people notice.
People wouldn't notice. My audience would not have noticed. They would be like, oh, okay.
I
'Cause
would have, but I wouldn't have said anything. I'd have just been like, damn, Fix, where'd you get this code
Where'd you
from?
get this code from, bruh?
Yo! Gotta hook a
Um,
brother up.
Yeah, I know the Ultimate Edition people get it on Saturday, so
Alright.
good
Game
for them.
Pass people
I
get it on
won't-
Tuesday.
I will be
Yes.
getting it on Tuesday, just like all the Game Pass people. So
Yo.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Games Fix hasn't heard of. Ancestors Legacy, May 22nd.
Ancestors Legacy. Yeah, nah. I haven't got nothing for that. Sorry.
Nah.
Nah.
Alright, fair enough. Ancestors Legacy is a squad-based real-time strategy with a strong focus on tactics. Inspired by medieval European history, it brings to life 4 different nations and their conflicts, usually solved by war.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
Tennis World Tour. May
Is this
22nd.
AO tennis?
It says Tennis World Tour.
Oh, I forgot to say, I've been playing AO tennis, which is the Australian Open tennis game that got shown at PlayStation's conference. I've been playing that. I haven't got full thoughts on it because I only played 1 match, but I have been playing it. So maybe I'll talk about that next week. Sorry, carry on.
No, I mean, you know what this is. It's a tennis game, right?
Yes, I do.
It is the new standard developed by veterans of tennis simulators. Apparently, you can play as 30 professional tennis players, learn all the shots, master each type
What's
of
this
surface,
called?
and experience a realistic career mode. Tennis World Tour.
Tennis. All right, let me go on. You carry
Tennis
on. I'm just.
World Tour. And then the last game, also on May 22nd. It's a busy day on May 22nd. It's called I Hate Running Backwards. Do you know this one?
I hate running backwards. It's about a game where you hate running backwards, obviously.
Clearly.
Hello, and today we're
It's
talking
developed
about
digital, so I didn't know whether you might have heard of it. Or
No,
not.
never heard of it. Is this the game? No. How have 2 tennis games come out at the same time? We've gone forever without a bloody tennis game, and now we've got bloody 2. What is this? I now want this game.
Damn.
Well, sorry.
Well, that's another game you're gonna have to buy.
Well, shit, all right. I'm gonna have to sneak into slide in
Gonna
some
have
email
to, yeah.
DMs. You know how I
Yeah,
do,
just
baby.
be like, hey.
Hey, I know there's not many tennis people out there, but I love tennis games, so
I
holler at
used
your
to
boy.
play I used to play
Virtual
on Xbox
tennis?
360. Top spin. I can't remember which one it was. I played that quite a bit.
Virtual tennis 1 was on the Dreamcast. 2, I can't remember. Maybe the Dreamcast was 2, not 1. Anyway, but Virtual Tennis 3 and 4, whew, they were my games. I was good at that game. Trust me.
I believe you.
Yeah. My brother was better though. Back when my brother was a gamer, he actually got like 1000 G on that Virtual Tennis.
Damn.
Yeah, free. I think there's like these 2 real old tennis players called Duke and someone, and like you have to beat them in like a doubles for an achievement, and it was fucking hard. I remember him sitting up all night, like until like I think I woke up the next day and he was still playing, and I was like, "Did you do it?" He's like, "No." And then as I woke up, he did it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Now can you do it on my account, please?
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's it. Is that it for coming soon?
Yeah, I hate running backwards as a never-ending adrenaline. Shoot 'em down roguelike that puts emphasis on destruction and fighting, never-ending waves of enemies, while time traveling through procedurally generated worlds sounds like Devolver Digital published game to me.
It certainly does. Well, good on them. Good on them. Should we get into the news?
Why not?
Quite a bit of news. Not like huge stories. A lot of speculation. A lot of reaching, as we do here on My Xbox and Me. But number one, we've got Borderlands 3. Speculation. Potentially shut down by Gearbox.
Oh no.
Gearbox Software CEO and co-founder, Randy Pitchford, has seemingly closed the door on the possibility of Borderlands 3 appearing at E3 2018. In a string of tweets, Pitchford, a well-documented magic enthusiast, laid the groundwork for implications that Borderlands 3 will skip E3 with a magic-related Metaflora?
Metaphor.
Oh, fucking... Motherfucker. You know what? 4, no T, fucked me up. Whore is what I read it as, but I knew it wasn't whore. Motherfucker. He described a performer who practices feats both real, like hammers in and out into a face, and fake, like a magic trick, the performer once said. Oh, what the hell? This is a annoying story. All right.
Oh, I know. Pitchford's an annoying person.
The meat and potatoes, he said that Borderlands 3 won't be at E3, won't be shown at E3. I call bullshit.
I'll believe it when E3's over and it's not being there, because last year, do you remember a little game called Beyond Good and Evil 2?
I do.
That was explicitly not going to be at E3.
Remember Twisted Metal?
Yep.
So, it will be,
also,
I think so.
This is the guy that followed the fake Kaz Hirai account for months and thought it was the real account. So I don't trust anything he says.
That's brilliant. Is that true?
That's actually, yeah.
What an idiot. Come on. But yeah, do you agree with me in thinking that it will definitely be at E3?
I mean, all the Walmart kind of leaks so far have panned out, so...
Well, there's one.
I don't know about Forza Horizons 5, but I think Borderlands 3...
Pretty safe.
Got a good chance of being an E3.
I agree. I agree. Next one up is Microsoft expanding digital game gifting options on Xbox One and PC. Microsoft announced that all digital Xbox games can now be gifted to others, along with bringing the feature to PC. Selected titles were part of the digital Xbox One gifting rollout last year, but now all games are included. In addition to the Microsoft Store for PC now offers the same features for the games and DLC. However, Microsoft did not note on Xbox Wire that Xbox 360 games and original Xbox games are not possible to gift, so you won't be able to give someone Knights of the Old Republic, unfortunately.
Why?
I'm guessing it's a store thing. You've got to imagine the way
it's thing, isn't it?
It's the same with when you like download a 360 game. You have to go through and like accept it in a different way. It just must be back end stuff. They probably just couldn't get it to work. So,
but they have to get the Xbox to run like an Xbox 360, so yeah, probably.
Exactly. Next up,
it's good.
Crash Bandicoot, a game that I got stung on because I didn't think it was coming to Xbox, so I bought it for PS4, never played it, then sold it to buy it now on Xbox, has been pushed a little earlier. Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy will release a few weeks earlier than expected on the Xbox One. Activision announced in a recent blog post the collection, originally slated to come out July 10th, will now release on June 29th. You can pre-order it right now. Gary, you getting this on Xbox 360 or did you get it on PS4?
I might get it on Xbox One. I don't know about Xbox 360.
Jeez Louise.
Hey!
Hey! Boo!
I might give it a bash. I never played it on PS4 'cause it came out when there was a bunch of stuff coming out. So
Yeah, I bought this one for Haley, like, day one. Went to Argos, picked it up for her because I'm a brilliant boyfriend like that. And she didn't play it. So I sold it, as a good boyfriend does.
as a good boyfriend does.
Maybe, like I said, I think I'll pick it up again on the 360, and then there'll be no excuse. It'll be, why didn't you play it? You have a 360. Yes, it is connected. God damn it.
I don't have a 360, I have an Xbox One.
God damn it!
Insane.
She just said I ain't got a 360, I got an Xbox One. I forgot again. Damn it.
You did it again. You're
I
getting
suck.
burned from every angle here,
I
Fish.
suck. Yo, this is a 2-person podcast. Keep yourself out of it, girl. I hate you. If you look, you can queue up for the guesting host job like everybody else, alright? God damn it. Next piece of news is EA teases Battlefield reveal on May 23rd. EA is teasing a Battlefield reveal coming later this month, which tells players that on May 23rd, Battlefield will never be the same. Cool.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
if all these Call of Duty leaks and rumors are true, like about battle royales and no single player modes and multiplayer being like Overwatch, all Battlefield has to do is turn up.
And say, we'll just turn up and
And
say,
be like-
we've got a single player.
We've
Cool.
got a campaign. Our multiplayer is still Battlefield.
Still as good as it
Everyone will
is.
be like,
Oh my god!
so yeah.
Hit him with the chair shot! I always go to JR as a WWE, like WWF announcer, like, oh my god, King! Like, I don't know why, that's like my go-to voice. Sorry. That's just what I do.
Fine.
Yeah, that's enough about Battlefield, I'll be honest with you. I don't care enough to care.
Talk about it again after May 23rd.
Exactly. Metro Exodus has been delayed after being after being announced at Microsoft's E3 press conference with a 2018 release. THQ Nordic has announced today that Metro Exodus has been delayed into the first quarter of 2019. The delay was revealed in THQ's financial briefing. Quote, the forthcoming AAA title, Metro Exodus, hosted by THQ Nordic studio Deep Silver, is expected to launch in the first quarter 2019. Earlier messages were that it would launch in 2018. I'm okay with this. Delays are a good thing.
Fine.
The one thing I'm actually super okay with this because I haven't played the first two yet. So maybe I should kick my ass in gear and actually play the first two because they actually seem like my type of games.
They're good. I really, really enjoyed the second one. So yeah, they are good. I hate I've got a love-hate relationship with the currency though. It's like you have to spend bullets as money, but you also need those bullets to shoot things.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Cool. A game that I can't stand, but I don't hate the people that worked on it. Bulletstorm dev working with Square Enix on a new AAA project. Gary, what are your opinions on Bulletstorm?
I like Bulletstorm.
Jeez Louise, what's wrong with you? People Can Fly have been making the rounds with some memorable projects over the years, namely, that doesn't say mainly, that says namely, back me up.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, is that right? Namely?
Namely, Bulletstorm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Namely's a word? Oh man, I'm really
Namely's a
bad at
word.
English. A first-person shooter that got a re-release last year with the help of Gearbox Software. Now the team is hard at work once again. It's time to team up with the powerhouse publisher to bring its latest game to fruition. Cool.
Yay.
Cool.
I like the fact they open a new studio in Newcastle. I didn't know that.
I was getting to that part.
I thought you were done. You said cool, and stuff.
Cool. The quote is, we decided in 2017 to open a new studio in Newcastle, the UK, to attract not only local talent, but also to attract the best developers within the UK. We want this team to grow to 20 to 30 developers within the next 12 to 18 months. CEO Sebastian Weinstock
idea.
explained, when CI Games decided to restructure its operations, we immediately decided to open a new studio in. I swear to you, I know my reading's bad sometimes, guys, but I swear to you, some of these words are they're not even like close. Like, I promise you, Gary backs me up when I'm wrong. Like, this is bad.
I believe that says Poland. I believe that says a place in Poland.
But maybe Poland. To allow those great developers to keep working on together as a team and to contribute to the game we're working on. So, new studio.
It's in Poland.
It is?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you know geography.
No, I don't. Google does.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm excited to see what they can do with Square Enix. I love that Square are giving them work. They made a decent game. Bulletstorm for me wasn't the game I wanted. So
I wonder if there's any time in the next sort of like few weeks where we might be able to learn about this mystery game.
Fight Night Champion is coming to Xbox One via backwards compatibility. Fuck yes. I've been talking about Fight Night Champion on this podcast for a long time. Anyone who's listened to this podcast will remember that I spoke about this game. Gary, before you was a host, do you ever remember me talking about this game?
Plenty.
And now you can play it on your Xbox One. Congratulations. Seriously, this is a great boxing game. Like a fantastic boxing game with a fantastic story. If you've not played this game and you like boxing, you're doing it wrong. This was like they're tipping their toe in the water for their, what's it called now? Like the Madden, the story games. Like
stories.
Imagine, shut up. I'm on a hype now. Be quiet. Imagine a new boxing game with the same sort of love that Madden got on the story front.
Can I talk now?
Yes.
Sounds pretty cool.
I'm so happy. So happy. Hopefully I add this to EA Access.
Happy. Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. I'll calm down. Mafia 3 developer Hangar 13 opens UK studio for AAA console game. 2K's Hangar 13 has opened a fourth office in Brighton, UK. The Mafia 3 developer has taken over an indie studio operated by veteran game creator Nick Barnes. 2K is now looking to expand the team to establish a new AAA console studio in the region, which the firm feels has been solely lacking since the closure of split-second developer BlackRock in 2011. The new team will work alongside Hangar 13, three existing offices, to create a current unannounced project console game. Quote, "This is the specific choice for us." Hangar 13 VP of Development Andy Wilson tells GameIndustry.biz. "It's actually based on the fact that Nick and I used to work together at BlackRock, going back longer than I am prepared to say. At GDC last year, we met up, and Nick had formed a smallish studio with some of our former colleagues from the Split Second team. Split Second, not a bad game. I added that in. That's not in the quote. They were interested in getting back into console development. Back then, we needed a partner for some contracting work, so we started out that way. As the years gone on, things have come blah, 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 blah." So, new studio. New studio opened in Brighton to work with Hangar 13.
The only thing that annoys me about this news is I just looked it up there because I thought, like, it was only a couple of months ago we were talking about Hangar 13 like having massive layoffs after Mafia 3.
That's very true.
Opening studio, like,
maybe they rehire some of those people.
You'd hope so.
Do you
Otherwise,
not believe
it's a bit
so?
shitty. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's in a completely different place, isn't it? It's in Brighton. So unless those people move from
That's
California,
Game Dev.
I think
That's
it
Game.
was.
Is it called? Oh, was that? Okay, it was one of their American studios. They closed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
I get it. It's game. That's Game Dev.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You're right. That was our last news story anyway, Gary. So, moving on. Games with gold this month. The lineup we got is Super Mega Baseball 2 from May 1st to May 31st. Metal Gear Solid V The Phantom Pain from May 16th to June 15th. Sega Vintage Collection Streets of Rage from May 1st to May 15th. And Vanquish from May 16th to May 31st. I've been told slid into my DMs by the one and only Mr. Moody, an email last minute had been emailed in. So you're getting a very short show this week. About 40 minutes, maybe less than that.
Is it because I told him to go fuck off when he was talking about State of Decay in the chat?
Possibly. Hello, you sexy men. I hope you're both well kicking butt and playing some games. My question is, what do you hope the Avenger game will be like? Third person, first person, Arkham style combat? What say you? Your lover, Mr. Moody. Great question. So thank you for emailing, Mr. Moody. Otherwise this show would have been even slower than what it was this week.
We've got an interview going on.
That's a good point. I forgot. That's going to add it. Boom! Normal show!
It's a normal
Yes!
show.
Be quiet. We just stop talking. We're fine. Yeah. Not be quiet. Keep talking. This is a podcast. Gary, what do you think? Third person? First person? Arkham style combat? What do you reckon? Avengers game?
What do I want it to be? Oh, God. I don't even know what I want it to be. I know what I expect it to be.
I want it to be an MMO. If you're asking me what I want it to be, I want an Avengers type MMO. After Marvel Heroes Omega got shut down, it has left a gaping hole for that type of game with this property. Especially after playing World of Warcraft for the first time and stuff. Like, it just all it does is make me think I want an MMO Marvel game again. I just, when you play something and you take it for granted and then it goes away and then you're like, man, I really enjoyed that. Like, way more than I should have enjoyed it, I enjoyed that. Like, getting everyone to come in together, people that played the game. I remember it was like me, Mackie, Haley, like, got other people in. Like, it was a lot of fun. And the pure fact that it just went. It just angers me so much. So if you're asking me what would I like it to be, I'd like it to be an MMO. Is that what's going to happen? No, you're going to get a third person
Live
service game, yeah.
Open world.
Which I'm okay with as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be quality. It's being made by Crystal Dynamics, so I can't remember ever playing a game they've made that was bad. So, what I would like it to be would be a more narrative-driven sort of like an actual like adventure in the Marvel universe or a Marvel universe.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Getting to run around as Iron Man and Hulk and Black Widow and whoever. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, if you're asking me what... Go on.
Do you think you'll be able to create your own character, or do you think you'll be playing...
No, I actually think you'll be playing... Characters? I think you'll be playing as the Avengers. I think that's what it's going to be more. If I was a betting man, I'd probably bet that it's more like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that type of thing. But who knows? Honestly, who knows? I'm super interested for this game though, because it's the few weeks. Yeah, but it's the first time they're letting. This is the first game to come out of this whole new Disney going in and taking their property away from people. This is the first one they've given it to someone, if I'm not mistaken, right?
There's another Spider-Man as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Of course. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, okay. No, that's fair. Spider-Man. But yeah, I'm interested. Obviously, I love superheroes. I love the Avengers. Marvel can do no wrong. I'd love for this game to be canon, which is not going to happen.
To make, I don't know whether it's been canon to like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'd like them to, if they don't do that, to make a
Marvel superhero cinematic of
games. Yeah,
that's a better idea. That's a much better idea. That makes way more sense as well. Then it's just the studios that are working on the games to work with each other more. Like, what story are you doing? What story am I doing? What story am I doing? And then like work around that way more. But who knows? What would you like? I'd love to hear what people like out there. Do you want a third person? Do you want a first person? Arkham style? I'm not really big on the Arkham style. I think the Batman games are fine. I enjoyed what I played. I've played them all now. Maybe I did it wrong because I played them all back to back to back to back. Like, I literally played all 4 of them back to back. So maybe that's why I'm a little sourpuss on them, where people that had to wait probably like clamoured for it. But me, I'm like, it was fun. It was fun. But we shall see.
Fox made those shitty Fantastic Four movies. Just correcting Yami in chat there. Sorry.
Boom. Let's plug and get ourselves out of here, Gary. What you got to plug this week?
This Saturday from 11 o'clock 11 a.m. on twitch.tv/wordsaboutgames. I'm doing another indie stream.
Cool.
So I'm really checking out a bunch of different indie games. I did one a couple of months ago. It went down really well, so I'm gonna do it again.
Good luck. 12-hour
Thanks.
streams of their hard work.
It's 11
So,
hours this time.
11
thankfully.
hours, sorry.
Yeah,
11.
so much super easy now. Like
My mistake.
that last
My
hour
mistake.
out.
Good luck. Good luck. That should be fun. I'll be sure to pop in and have you up in the background for that lurk, of course.
Thank you very much.
You can find me obviously on Patreon, patreon.com/mcfixer. That is literally what keeps the lights on. We lost a few Patreon supporters this last month. It's been a hard, very, very, very hard month for myself, and especially with the move and stuff. We are officially moving. We are moving. It's happening. When I spoke to the landlord today, will I have internet for E3? Who knows? But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out other ways. I will make sure that we figure it out. So you will still be getting pre and post shows. Myself, Gary, Reese, and Jimmy, hopefully, will be having a meeting next week to discuss what is going on for E3. And as soon as we know, you guys would know. As far as I'm aware, we're going to be doing watch-alongs. Myself and Haley will definitely be doing EA and Xbox. Definitely. I will be doing the rest of them. Not sure if I'll be on my own or what's going on. I don't know what's the plan just yet. Other than that, though, you've got pre and post shows for everything. But we'll talk about more than that a little bit closer to the time. Me and Gary will be doing predictions again. I'd love to start getting your E3 predictions in. If you want your thoughts on the show, email in my Xbox and Me podcast@gmail.com. If you want longer shows, you have to send in emails. So please do that. My Xbox and Me podcast@gmail.com. Gary, thank you very much for your time.
Always.
Until next time, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Hadouken!